welcome everyone to Super Shipped, where we go through some of the latest product updates from Superhuman. Today, Jen, one of our great product managers, is joining me. She works on our students and education teams, building all sorts of new features and functions for students. Welcome, Jen.
Hey, thank you for having me.
All right, so today we're going to talk about authorship. So maybe you can start by telling everybody a little bit about authorship. What does that mean?
Yeah, for sure. So we launched Authorship about 1.5 years ago now, initially in Google Docs and then Microsoft Word, and in our recent launch in Grammarly Docs. So really, we created Authorship in a response to the total chaos that Gen AI caused in the education industry. Basically, thousands of our customers told us they really wanted more transparency into how students were creating their documents alongside AI, and current solutions did not give them a good overview in the actual document creation process. So Authorship was our response, and we created it with two-sided transparency so that the student has full control into what they're sharing and what that looks like, as well as the instructor.
Yeah, so hopefully everybody remembers that time. All of a sudden students were using AI everywhere. Nobody knew what to do about it. And I think we came up with a really creative solution for how to solve it. Maybe before we get to the new version of what we're doing, maybe you can show everybody how authorship has worked so far.
Yeah, for sure. Here's a new Google document that I just opened, and you'll see a thumbprint on the left bottom that is authorship. And let's say I'm a student that is writing a document that I want to use authorship for and create this record of how I created my document. So let's say I just turned on tracking. I'm writing a document on the very important topic of, is a hot dog a sandwich? So I'm typing some words. So let's say I'm typing a hot dog is by definition a sandwich.
What an important debate.
So I just wrote this myself, and like other students, I may want to use some AI to help me draft or revise or brainstorm this document. So let's open a new window, ChatGPT, and ask ChatGPT, what is actually the definition of a sandwich? And I can use this in my work. Here's the definition of a sandwich according to ChatGPT. I go back to my Google Docs and I paste this in. And because authorship tracking is on, it will remember exactly how I created what parts of my document. So it can attribute any Gen AI I go to, or even maybe Wikipedia has some wonderful section on the sandwich debate that I might want to use in my document. So let's see the authorship report right here, and you'll notice it created a whole process. It shows the whole process on how I created this. So here I typed this myself, this as well, and then here it will know this came from ChatGPT.
And so this is using, just so everybody understands, it's using kind of the power of Grammarly, but in a different way, right? This is instead of assisting the user, sort of observing and recording.
Yeah, exactly.
And how's it doing?
Honestly, the reception has been really, really great. So over 5 million students have already tried out authorship. Over 200,000 students a week are using this actively.
Wow.
And my favorite stat of all, I'm gonna open this because we saw at a community college that started using authorship, it actually reduced academic integrity violations by 96%.
Wow. Just to be clear, that's because students knew authorship was on and they were much more careful in what they were doing.
Well, it was students and faculty. So
Yeah.
what you notice with other solutions, it doesn't really show how AI was used. Maybe it shows some percentage. But authorship, because it shows you how you use the AI in beneficial ways or in ethical ways, the academic integrity violations we see go down simply by just showing more transparency.
It's incredible. I have a daughter in high school, daughter in college, and they were saying that teachers like to go through they'll take Google Docs and just go through the revision history, but we do so much more than revision history and showing people what what's happening. Okay, so we're bringing this to our new editor, to Grammarly Docs. Maybe before we show authorship there, just give people a tour of the new editor.
Yeah, for sure. So this is the new Grammarly Docs editor we launched back in August. And it's essentially a really powerful document editor based on the Coda Foundation. So it has all the powers that Coda has. And in addition, it has all the native Grammarly agents alongside it. So what's powerful is it's not only a document editor or an AI, but you can use AI alongside creating your document. And we launched this with a number of very powerful agents with specific tasks to help you draft, revise, brainstorm, and polish your work. So I won't get fully into it, but one of the agents that we recently launched is Authorship in Docs with Agents.
Awesome. So let's see. Actually, just so everybody knows, this is so it's Grammarly Docs. It's built on top of Coda, and over the next few months, we're actually going to bring all the power of Coda here. But it's been a pretty amazing launch in itself. But today we're highlighting how authorship works here. So let's see how authorship works.
Yes, let's go to the Authorship agent, and then let's start on the very important topic again of, is a hot dog a sandwich? And then let's start typing. It also chose an awesome emoji, which I love this feature in Coda as well. So let's start typing again. And, oh, sorry, a hot dog is by definition a sandwich. A sandwich is also by definition a sandwich. But yeah, and then let's, same how we did it in Google Docs before, let's use AI for the next sentence. But instead of switching windows, going to ChatGPT, we can now use our native AI chat here to help us insert the definition of a sandwich. And again, the benefit here is it will know all the context, and I can just write alongside it rather than switching windows and context. So let's insert that here, similar to how we did that before. And then maybe even let's check out some of our awesome agents here. So one of the agents I really like is our paraphraser agent. And notice while I'm doing all of this, authorship in the background is automatically tracking my work. So I didn't have to remember to turn on the tracking. And now I want to maybe make some of the sentences a little bit more academic. So I'm applying this paraphraser suggestion. And then if we'll go back to the authorship agent, notice how the stats just updated here, what started as human writing or what was AI generated or rephrased. And when I open the full report, you'll see that this report looks very similar or identical to Google Docs before and shows you what was typed. But it will also have much more granular attribution of what I all did with our agents. So it knew I generated this with superhuman AI and the prompt in the AI chat, and it even knows exactly what agent I used and what specific agentic action I took here.
The student takes this report and gives it to the professor?
Yeah, if they choose to do so. So the student remains in full control. Like I said, they don't have to remember to turn on tracking in Grammarly Docs, which is great, but only if they choose to share it with anyone, this will become public. So it's totally private to the student until they decide to share it with someone.
Okay, got it. So we're taking all of what we did in other products like Google Docs, and we're bringing it to our own product with a much more seamless integration.
Exactly.
That's really awesome. Amazing work. I think it's a pretty broad problem that we're tackling here.
Obviously, there's a lot of debate on AI use for students. There's a lot of discussion. There's a lot of different opinions, how much, how little AI you use for what specific tasks. So what is your personal take? And this can be personal to everyone. What's your take on the right balance between like the various extremes, and what should students really be considering as they prepare for academic success and also success in the workforce after?
Yeah, I mean, I think every group of parents and students right now is talking about this as dinner table conversation. What is the appropriate balance between AI, and how do you advise the students? And of course, all the faculty, professors, teachers are all debating it as well. Like I mentioned, I have a daughter in high school, a daughter in college, so they're each confronting this challenge. I think there's an obvious challenge of, we are encouraging in the workforce, we're really encouraging the use of AI. We really want people to use every tool at their disposal. But in the teaching environment, sometimes there's fear that maybe that's preventing comprehension and understanding. My view of it is it's a lot like when calculators came out. And I think when calculators came out, it was pretty obvious that, there's a set of people that were actually quite worried that nobody's going to learn math because now there's calculators. But of course, that's not what happened. We managed to construct environments where people still learn math, and then in certain parts, they use their calculators. It's kind of what I love about authorship. It's sort of like when you take a test, even like the SATs now have one section with calculators and one section without calculators. This is a way to say that you can responsibly use AI, and sometimes the prompt is use as much as you possibly can and just produce the best possible work. And sometimes the instruction is you need to use as little as possible because I want to see what you do without AI. And I think tools like Authorship are really the key to being able to balance and give teachers and students the flexibility to learn both methods, learn with AI and without AI in a responsible way. So I'm really excited about this feature.
Awesome.
All right, Jen, thanks for the great updates. Authorship is an amazing feature by itself, works in all these different surfaces, and now works natively in Grammarly Docs. And everybody can use everything we showed you can use today.
Yep.
All right, all live. Give it a try and give us some feedback. Thanks, everyone.